This show is brought to you by Boricua Beer, coming to your local retailer in September. This show has been brought to you by Taino Light Beer, coming to your favorite retailer in September in Central Florida.
Are you proud to be Hispanic?
Hispanics in Florida now have the first Hispanic car license plate in the United States.
Be a proud Hispanic.
Put the Hispanic plate on your car.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to be a scientist.
I want to be an engineer.
I want to be a police officer.
I want to be a professional dancer.
By getting the Hispanic plate for your car,
you will support scholarships and community programs.
Call now or visit HispanicAchievers.org.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a volunteer child advocate. I am you.
Florida residents call toll-free 866-341-1425.
Welcome back to Hispanic Speak Out. I'm your host, subbing for Danny Ramos today. And today's guest, we have Mr. William Darlington, author, and my favorite Republican of It's Your Choice America. We have Representative John Cortes, Democrat, District 43 in Kissimmee, and the co-host of Latina Role Models, Miss Alma Otero. Okay, guys, a lot of things in the news this week. Okay, why don't we start with some of your people, okay? You got Donald Trump out there.
Right.
He's leading the polls. Tell us what's going on.
Well, right now he's taking fire because he is out there. He tells it like it is. He's not a scripted politician. He says what's on his mind. I'm not too sure that's going to resonate over the long period of time with the conservative or the Republican Party. I think he's going to flame out, in my opinion. But right now he's resonating with those independent and some conservative Republican voters.
Yeah, hey, John, aren't you glad that Democrats don't treat each other like this?
I'm just watching.
It's strange. So, Trump, he's leading in the polls. People keep saying that he's going to flame out. I mean, what do you guys think of that? Is he going to flame out, or we might see him on the Republican ticket?
I don't think he'll be on the ticket.
He won't be on the ticket.
I don't think so.
So who's next up? Who do you think, Alma? Who's next up? If not Trump, then who?
Well, it's early to say. I mean, we've got 15, potential candidates that could lead, America into the next 4 or 5 years. They're all qualified. In my opinion, you've still got Ted Cruz. You got, Governor Huckabee. You've got Marco Rubio, Senator Rubio. You've got a ton. In 9 days, Fox News will have its debate, its first live debate with the top 10 of the 15 being interviewed or debated. And look out for the Fox News debate, and it's going to be a game banger.
Yeah, I can't wait. Alma, you're a woman, okay? Are we going to have the first woman president with Hillary?
I don't think so.
What? Come on.
I mean, we need to stop thinking about women. I mean, it's not about the gender. It's about what she's bringing onto the table. Is she going to represent me? Is she representing the American public people? It's just not about the gender. People need to stop judging black, white, Spanish, white women. I mean, stop it.
Well, she's been a senator and also a Secretary of State.
Experience and all that, but I mean, what is she bringing on this? There's a lot of controversial with everything that had happened with her for the past months and years.
I can't believe you don't want to see the first woman president. Not simply because she's a woman, right?
Not because she's a woman, no. I want to be proud of the person I'm going to, if I'm going to vote for a woman, it's because it's representing everything that I believe on, not because of her gender.
John, you know who you're going to support yet on Democrat?
I'm supporting Hillary, and I would like to see Bernie Sanders as vice president.
You know, that might not be a bad combination.
Right there.
Yeah. Why Hillary? Because Alma says
Hillary's got the experience. She's got the husband behind her who knows all about politics. Was a president. She's done a lot of stuff in the government already. She knows what's going on. She's talking about the issues.
Okay.
And we need a change, Richard.
Yeah, I think the Democrats have done a good job. People can say what they want to say about Obama, but the employment rate is down to 5%. And now you have people out here throwing flames like Huckabee saying that about President Obama is marching these people to ovens. So what are your thoughts? What is wrong with your candidates? What is with this type of talk?
Well, first of all, you've taken it out of context. What Governor Huckabee was referring to was the deal that President Obama made with Iran, this nuclear arms deal, that we got nothing out of it. We're going to give $215 million to Iran for conventional weapons. We're going to, over a 10-year period, let them basically build their own nuclear facility. And it's Iran that Governor Huckabee said that they're the ones that said that they will annihilate.
He said President Obama was leading the Jewish people to the.
But as I said, it's the Iranians that said that if they get the nuclear weapon, they want to annihilate Israel. What Governor Huckabee is saying with this deal, he believes President Obama is leading the way for that to happen.
Okay.
So there's nothing wrong with what he said, because it's all true.
So, John, you hear the Republicans, they say stuff like this. Oh, this deal is bad. John, do you think they have an alternative? I mean, what's the alternative if we don't do this deal?
Well,
what's the alternative?
That's like the Affordable Care Act here in Florida. What's the alternative? I asked that a couple of times. I got my head chewed off.
Yeah. What is the deal? Do you really think that Iran is going to, wouldn't that be suicide for them to even thinking about blowing up Israel?
Here's the alternative. You don't have to go to war, like President Obama said. You don't have to give in to the Iranians. The third choice, and Governor Huckabee said this today on Fox News, and I agree with them, is to try to be independently savvy when it comes to our own energy, not rely on a third countries for our energy, put them on sanctions, bankrupt these people. If they have no money, no arms, they can't build a bomb.
They were already doing that. I mean, and they're going to keep doing it.
So
I don't think that they would attack Israel the way that Republicans are saying
they said that they would. Now, Iran over the last 35 years has made deals over the last 35 years. And has gone back on their word. What's to say that this deal that President Obama and Secretary of State John Kerry made, that they won't go back on their deal?
Now, Alma, do you think, with the United States being the biggest backer of Israel, if those people were to drop a bomb on Israel, what do you think is going to happen to Iran? You know, I mean, nuclear weapons. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen?
What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah. I mean, if they attack Israel and we're the biggest backer, last time I checked, I think we have more nuclear weapons than they do. So I just think we just obliterate them.
Okay, we don't want that to ever happen. It's called deterrence. If you stand strong, like America is, and they have a nuclear weapon, but we don't give it to Iran, this question is mute.
Yeah.
It's mute.
Yeah, I don't know, John. The Republicans, they always yell a lot, but they never really have solutions. Speaking of which,
I just gave you two solutions.
Yeah, but there were no concrete solutions.
They were very
concrete. Sanctions, and they're still building a nuclear weapon. They're just going to do what they do. They've always done it. They don't respect Americans that way. And if they did bomb Israel, I guarantee you, those guys would be obliterated.
You just said something that was very injurious. They don't respect Americans. So why do we go to the ends of the earth, it seems, and make a deal with people that don't respect us? Why would we sign a treaty?
War is not the answer.
Well, again, we're not saying war. We go back into our country, we drill, we frack, we get our own energy.
But we're doing all of that.
No, we don't need to frack because you're damaging the environment. That's one thing I will not support, fracking.
Okay, well, we disagree on that. I believe fracking gives us the independence that we need, and it's the easiest solution, because with solar panels and all these other things, it's going to cost money just to rev it up. We're not even there. We've already got the things in place to dig for oil, coal, whatever. Fracking is just, we're there. We can make it happen beautifully.
Yeah, well, I just think Republicans,
you
guys
with
are
no
just
food.
Yeah, exactly.
No food, you'd be dead anyway.
Right.
There's no scientific proof of that comment.
No scientific. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not a scientist. I can't debate that.
Okay. Exactly. Speaking of scientists, Republicans up to their old tricks again. John, okay. Planned Parenthood. Now, again, I hate to keep picking on you because you're one. So, what are your thoughts on Planned Parenthood? I mean, is it necessary? Should it be funded by the federal government? What do you think?
Yes, it should be funded by the federal government. But
Why?
But it has to be a combination of things. Not just leave it up to the government, but also it needs to start from home.
Okay.
I think that, you know, it's just leaving that to somebody else is just saying, I'm the victim, somebody else has to educate me, somebody else has to take responsibility or teach me, but everything needs to start from home. We need to go back to the values. We need to go back to having the families and showing our daughters, showing our children what it's important.
Yeah, well, just because you tell a little girl not to have sex doesn't mean she's not going to, because Planned Parenthood, I think they do a lot of things about sex education, provide free birth control, free mammograms. So it's a lot bigger than abstinence. Yeah. So, but I do believe, you know,
hysterectomies for men also.
Go ahead, John.
They do hysterectomies for men also. I'm serious. They do hysterectomies for men.
Well, I disagree with having Planned Parenthood being funneled or supported by the federal government. What I believe it should be a private. The taxpayers should not be funding $500 million a year to Planned Parenthood. When you talk about I'm gonna tell you.
Are you against mammograms?
No, I'm gonna tell you. You have condoms, you got birth control, you got mammograms. That's all in Obamacare. Right now, if a female wants to get a condom or birth control, they can use that Obamacare.
But what if you can't afford it?
Right. In Florida, it's not in Florida.
It's in Obamacare.
We don't have it here in Florida.
Anybody can get.
Medicaid expansion wasn't approved. So who's got it? A certain amount.
Well, Planned Parenthood is not the all get out. Planned Parenthood, according to the videos that were over the last couple of weeks, they want to abort babies, and I'm against abortion. I am against abortion 100%.
I'm against abortion too, but I'm not going to subject a woman to take her rights away. What is she going to do to her body?
Okay, well, that we can debate about that, but
she makes her own choice. She's
I believe a person that is a baby that's in the womb is a life, and for 9 months, that mother who has every right to her body should have no rights at all until the baby is born. That's just my opinion.
You know what's amazing about Republicans? Okay, first you guys will say, okay, get rid of Planned Parenthood, and they help to control population of unwanted births, right? And then when a lot of these mothers have all of these kids, Republicans will say, oh, take the welfare.
Let's cut welfare.
Yeah, so make up your mind. What do you guys want? You want an agency to help control population, and I think abortion is only 3% of what they do. 97% of what they do are the mammograms. So make up your mind. You guys don't want the people to have the welfare. You don't want to help these mothers out, but now you want to kill Planned Parenthood. So what do you guys want?
I don't want to kill Planned Parenthood. I want to defund it from the federal government. In other words, if Planned Parenthood wants to get private donations from you liberals and you Democrats, then they can have that opportunity. But as a taxpayer and a conservative, I don't feel my dollars should go to Planned Parenthood.
But we can finance wars. It's okay to finance wars, but Planned Parenthood you don't want to finance.
I do not want to finance the killing of unborn children.
Would you rather kill all of people's kids that go to war?
At least they have an opportunity to.
No, you're going to be killing some unborn kids if we go to war with Iran and there's a pregnant mother and a bomb goes astray. You're killing that unborn kid.
Representative, so you're saying if you rather kill an unborn child.
That's not what he said.
Wait, I'm asking you a question. You rather? Okay, I'm asking you.
I did not say that.
I'm against the killing of unborn children. Period. There's adoption. I haven't even adopted my own child. There's adoption agencies out there. There's all kinds of solutions.
Yeah, but they do a lot of preventive stuff too. So why are you going to stop them from educating people about?
They do a lot of education.
Sir, right. Planned Parenthood was founded by Margaret Sanger, and read her column back in 1921. She wanted the destruction of people that were inbred, the minorities, the black, and the browns.
I got it. If we have more time, William, we would discuss
we're
that.
In the 21st century, those days are over.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank you again for this lively debate, and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
My name is Janitzi Velez, and I'm a proud Latina role model. Please embrace your uniqueness, be gracious, and everything that you do it with courage. You are great, and you will do great things.
I'm Attorney Yara Rodriguez. I am very proud to be a Latina role model. And for you, my message is never quit. Keep at it and work 24/7 for whatever dream you have, because your dream will become a reality.
Are you proud to be Hispanic?
Hispanics in Florida now have the first Hispanic car license plate in the United States.
Be a proud Hispanic.
Put the Hispanic plate on your car.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to be a scientist.
I want to be an engineer.
I want to be a police officer.
I want to be a professional dancer.
By getting the Hispanic plate for your car,
you will support scholarships and community programs.
Call now or visit HispanicAchievers.org.
As you know, we have about 1,000 Puerto Rican families coming to Florida every week. 1,000 Puerto Rican families. Families come with children, they come to work, and they come to get an education, all right? So that's our issue for today. How all these 1,000 families coming to Florida, the issues that accompany them during their journey here to Florida. Okay, Johanna?
Yes.
Let's begin with you. What issues in Puerto Rico and these families coming to Central Florida, what issues accompany them when they arrive here?
I think that they come to Florida because of their economic situation, mostly. And then when they move to Florida, well, they are facing the same situation at the beginning because they're trying to find a job, and sometimes they have to get 2 jobs, and that's affected the family.
Johanna, there's something about language. What is it about language in Puerto Rico and language here in Florida?
Well, that's a good question. As everybody knows, we teach English in Puerto Rico from 1st grade to 12th grade. That is something that everybody knows. And everybody knows that we are part of the United States, right? We have our citizenship. We're part of the United States. However, the problem that we're facing here, and I used to be a teacher in Puerto Rico, I teach now here in Florida, but the problem that we're facing is that some of the students, or most of the students that are coming from Puerto Rico, when they come here, they have to start in school, and they are placed in a class named ESOL, English for Speakers of Other Languages, which is supposed to help them out to develop the necessary social skills and the basics of English in order for them to do well in a regular current at school, right? However, when they come in, we see that most of them are unable to speak the language.
Interesting.
And we have to go back to history, and we have to go back to check what's going on in Puerto Rico, because we know we teach English in Puerto Rico. I used to teach English there. However, I don't know if you're familiar with it. I know you are, because you also came from there. But you know that in school there, they do teach English, but students see that as just, I have to pass this subject to get a good grade. That's it.
So what you're saying is, in Puerto Rico, English is taught as a subject.
As a subject,
versus
definitely.
Here in the United States, a second language is taught as a foreign language. So that's an issue. That's an issue. Johanna, did you study English here, or you came already as a professional?
No, I came as a professional.
Okay. How was your English? Where did you learn English?
Well, in my country.
In Puerto Rico?
Yes, in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Would you agree that the teaching of English, your preparation with English is sufficient for you to work here as a professional?
Well, what I saw is that they teach with a book. It's not functional. It's not a conversational speaking class. They just go with books and just try to follow certain structures, sentences, but not to be able to find a job, not to speak to somebody else. It's not like that.
Grammatically speaking, they're awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I'm a product of the public education of Puerto Rico, so I have no complaints. But I love the language. I wanted to learn the language. Now we have this situation or dilemma we are living there, that is that for some reason, we tell our students from very young ages that they need English in order to be successful in life, right? In order to accomplish all their goals worldwide. But by the other hand, we also have some Puerto Ricans that believe that the fact that they're knowing English so well, it's basically endangering their Puerto Rican identity.
So when they come here, they have a hard problem adjusting and adapting because they have their expectations are not met within the educational system.
There's an internal battle. I don't want to lose my origins, but at the same time, I know I need to learn this new language.
And also, we don't have to speak English during the day. You know, you just have that class, only that class in English, and then when you go out and you just, interact with your family members. You don't have to speak English, you just speak Spanish all the time.
Remember, we teach there 45 minutes, 4 days a week, actually 5, and that's it. At home, most of the time, the only language spoken is Spanish. Now, we need to think on that when it comes to education here, the way we are preparing our schools here in Florida to receive those students, because they're coming with needs that we need to fulfill for them.
Now that you talk about needs, very special and unique and distinct needs. We're talking 52,000 families, if 1,000 families came every week. So we're talking dozens of thousands of students in our school system.
Exactly.
And the educational system here is not constructing bridges. It's not facilitating, creating pathways so that these students can come into schools, adapt and adjust, and learn English at the same time.
Exactly.
The experience that I've had as a teacher here is that it's a matter of sink or swim. In other words, ESOL students, English speakers of other languages, these kids come here, Puerto Rican students come here, but they're not ready. They don't have what it takes entirely, of course. They're smart, like you said, very competent, but culturally competent with culturally competent skills that are not fully understood here. And because they're not fully understood, they're in schools, but they're not welcomed. The educational system does not welcome them.
Well, you know what? In my case, it's different because I just teach Spanish for native speakers, and they feel more comfortable.
Exactly.
Because the class is more homogeneous, and they feel free to express themselves in their native language.
There's an area they manage.
And they're very successful in my class because they feel more comfortable, they feel free, and I just help them to express themselves. And it's different, very different, because that's the native language, and I just try to make them feel better and work with the self-esteem of each student to be successful in the English class, because if you know your native language better, it's going to be easier for you to learn the other language, the second language.
Exactly. If they're proficient in their main language and they know it well, it will be easy for them to learn a second language because you're just transferring skills you learn in your main language. Now, in order for that to happen, we need to implement culturally relevant literature, culturally relevant material in our classrooms in order to be able to fulfill the needs of those ESL students, those limited English students or students that come in and they don't know anything in English.
Interesting, because we all know that culturally relevant literature and material is not practically used in the classrooms here. And sometimes there's no really time, there's no time available to bring in materials from supplementary readings, culturally relevant literature that is so important so students can walk across the bridge so that they can make a personal connection first in order to walk across and gain the academic language skills that they need to be successful learning in English.
And my curriculum is different. We have a lot of literature that they have to read. For example, in AP Spanish literature, they have to read from medieval ages to modern literary works. That is, very, very relevant. Even they have to know about paintings, about history from different Hispanic places.
And most of the time, I'm thinking that they're proficient in that class because that's their native language. However, when it comes to English, they need that language to master all the subjects, the other academic subjects in school. And not only we receive them and we are trying to teach them a new language, a second language, but we also have to make them ready to take that test from the state. And we also have to make sure that they're able to take the EOCs, that they have to take so many testing. Hello, they still don't know the language. So there's something wrong in the system, something that needs to be fixed in there. Either we need to implement an ESL class that will provide for them to learn the basics and then expose them to the exams, the state exams and all the assessments that we have, or we need to find another way to do this because it's not fair for them.
First and foremost, I think that these kinds of discussions should be carried out, developed throughout the different counties, districts in the state of Florida. It's very important that teachers get together, have the opportunity to speak, and plan themselves how to work with the distinct and unique needs that these students have. That's not happening. This kind of discussion is essential. And we're pretty much arriving to the last minutes of our show today. And Johanna, just give us one last word on how you think we really can help these kids not only learn English, but a second language, and develop the academic skills at the same time.
You know, we do meet with teachers and develop strategies and try to be aligned to each other through the PLC, through the county, in the school. And also, I think that we have to meet with the students also, teachers and students and parents at the same time, and try to find out, you know, because sometimes we see some aspects as teachers, but we have to listen to the student, to the parents, because they have other point of view that it will be, you know, it will be amazing for the classroom, for the class, and to make them successful.
A final word, Johanna.
Well, I believe in shelter instruction. I mean, shelter instruction has helped a lot of my students be successful in learning English and at the same time getting ready for a test, which is, again, is not fair. But we need to find strategies. Administration of the school district, you guys need to think on these upcoming students. How are you going to deal with this amount of students that are coming that they don't know the language, they don't manage it, and still they are held accountable for the same testings as regular English speakers?
I have to advocate for more supplementary readings, more culturally relevant literature, more culturally relevant discussions. So tonight, this has been Hispanics Speak Out. Once more, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, and I'm Altero, and I'm a Latina role model. And I want to tell you, cut your excuses in half and face your fears. Fears are holding you back to becoming who you are meant to be in this world. Everybody has the potential to become whoever they decide to do. Follow your passion, follow your dream, and you'll be happy always.
Are you proud to be Hispanic?
Hispanics in Florida now have the first Hispanic car license plate in the United States.
Be a proud Hispanic.
Put the Hispanic plate on your car.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to be a scientist.
I want to be an engineer.
I want to be a police officer. I want to be a professional dancer.
By getting the Hispanic plate for your car,
you will support scholarships and community programs.
Call now or visit HispanicAchievers.org.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a volunteer child advocate. I am you.
Florida residents call toll-free 866-341-1425.
My name is Nilmarie Zapata, and I am a Latina role model because I believe that you can overcome any circumstances that come in your way and be the best version of yourself.
Hello, I'm Sandra Rivera, and I'm a Latina role model. Whatever your struggles are in life, whatever you don't have or don't have access to, don't use that as an excuse for not pursuing your dreams and moving forward. Get out of your own way and get out of your comfort zone, and you will be amazed at the growth that you will experience.
Hi, my name is Lisa Pino. I'm a Latina role model. I am a student at the University of Central Florida, graduating with her communication degree in December. My advice to students is to stay focused, stay dedicated, and don't let challenges bring you down.
It is not about the goal, it is about the road. Remember to keep dreaming, live genuinely, and never stop dreaming. Pursue your dreams, but enjoy the moment.
Hi, I'm Gloria Puerta from Feed and Fortify Community Organization, today in Latino role model. And be yourself. Try to have your purpose in life and be a legacy of service.
My name is Milagros Rivera, and I'm a founder and mentor of Daughters of the Mighty King mentoring program for young girls. I am inspired and encouraged to be here because I want to see a new generation rise up.
My name is Janitzi Velez, and I'm a proud Latina role model. Please embrace your uniqueness, be gracious, and everything that you do it with courage. You are great and you will do great things.
I'm attorney Yara Rodriguez. I am very proud to be a Latina role model. And for you, my message is never quit. Keep at it and work 24/7 for whatever dream you have, because your dream will become a reality.